Oh, we're talking about it right now, my guy. I did put this on Facebook, and a lot of you guys who follow my Facebook know about this. How long should a car last? Is a Honda Civic one of the most reliable cars on the planet, or is it a car you should stay away from? I put a post on the Instagram just talking about, hey, I got a Nissan Altima. It has about 150,000 miles. I'm looking to upgrade to maybe a Toyota or maybe a Honda Civic. What car would you guys recommend? Like a Toyota Corolla, a Honda Civic, a Honda Accord, or even something like Nissan 350Z, because I did say I do want something with a little bit more like sportiness. And this person writes, don't get a Honda, they're unreliable. And I'm like, a Honda Civic is known as one of the most reliable vehicles on the planet. It's one of the most iconic cars, and it's been around for decades, and you're trying to explain to me that a Honda Civic is not reliable. He goes, yeah, why would you get a Honda Civic when they crap out? And I'm like, well, how do you know they crap out, and why do you say they're bad cars? He goes, my mom has a Honda Civic, and it only lasted about 10 or 11 years before it started having problems. And I'm like, 10 or 11 years? According to Google and a lot of mechanics, they say straight up 8 to 10 years is good for a car to last. That's probably about anywhere from like 150 to 200,000 miles, depending on how much you drive. And it also really depends on how well you maintain that vehicle. If you're putting a lot of work into fixing it up, keeping it up, doing the tire rotations, doing the oil changes when the oils need to be changed. But this guy legitimately told me stay away from the Honda Civics because they're unreliable vehicles. And I've never ever heard anyone ever say Hondas are unreliable. I mean, if you have a motorcycle or car, 10 years to start showing some wear and tear, to me, I don't care what you drive. That's badass right there. That's showing me that there's craftsmanship. That's showing me that there's a lot of reliability in that vehicle if it's going to last 10 years. For this person to say, nah, 10 years is low on the totem pole for your car to start showing wear and tear. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, what year, make, and model? He goes, it's the Honda Civic. And I'm like, there is some years of all manufacturers that have problems, but for this guy to say that the Honda Civic only lasted 10 years before it started crapping, he goes, yeah, my mom's car is falling apart. I'm like, yeah, but how many miles on it? And he said something about maybe 150 to 200,000. And I'm like, it sounds like the person either didn't take care of the car or the car just started having problems. They say the average car will start showing wear and tear at about 150,000 miles because that is where the car is starting to get old. But to be honest, I've never heard of anybody saying a Honda Civic is unreliable. You hear Scotty Kilmore here on YouTube, been a mechanic for like 40 years. He says, get a Honda Civic. They're one of the most reliable vehicles on the planet. My buddy who drives Honda Civics, he's been a mechanic since 2009 for over 10 years, and he says Hondas are the most reliable vehicles on the planet. But I just thought I would share that with you guys because that is hilarious. And also, he said, just get a Toyota Corolla. They're the most reliable vehicles. And also get a Chevy. I'm like, a Chevy? And he goes, yeah, Chevys are hella reliable. I'm like, I'm not really an American fan, but putting this post on Facebook, just explaining to all my car buddies of what was going on, and they were like, that's odd that he would say a Honda is not reliable. And then my friend, she writes, she had a Chevy Malibu that lasted 300,000 miles before it crapped out. I'm like, 300,000? That's tough. That's a lot of miles on that car. And she goes, well, if you want your car to last, you put in the effort to make it last. That means you put in the oil changes, the tire rotations, you check your fluids when they're supposed to be checked, you do all the things that you need to do, and your car is going to last. But this kid with a Honda Civic, that just made me laugh. Any mechanic, any car dealership, they'll tell you they last long because that's why the market value for like a Honda Civic Coupe, like EXL, and a Honda Civic Coupe, all these cars are known for reliability. They're known for lasting long. That's why the Honda Civic, the Toyota Corollas, the cars like the Toyota Tundras, Toyota Tacomas, they're known for lasting for a very long time. That is why they keep a high market value when you go to trade them in. That's why when you take in a Nissan Altima, or let's say a Ford Focus, into a car dealership to possibly trade it in or just sell it, or you go to buy a used one, they are so cheap because they're not known for having the reliability of a Honda and the Toyotas. The Toyotas and the Hondas are like the two most reliable vehicles on the planet. And that's been a proven fact because they've been around for decades, they've been around for years, and there's nothing better than both of those cars. I'm not even the most mechanically inclined type of guy, but I know for a fact what I'm talking about when it comes to the Honda Civics. But he was just like, yeah, the Honda Civics are crap, don't even get a Honda, it will break down. I'm like, then why did my friend's Honda Civic last from 2008 to 2019, okay? A little bit over 10 years, and then she ended up wrecking her car, and she would have never got a newer car if it wasn't for her wrecking it. So she went out and bought a newer Honda because that's what she has, and that's why you always see Toyotas and Hondas all over the street, because they're so reliable, okay? You see older Hondas, there's a Honda right there. You see them all over the place compared to, let's say, an old-ass Ford Focus. You always see the Honda Civics and the Toyota Corollas and the Ford F-150s. You always see them because those are like reliable vehicles. But what do you guys think in the comment section below? You think this guy is like just trolling, or do you think it's true? Because he said it was his mom's Civic actually broke down and it took 10 years. I'm like, that still to me sounds borderline crazy that you're thinking 10 years for a car is not reliable, because Google says 10 to 15 years is the average lifespan of a car if you maintain it the way it's supposed to be from the factory, like you maintain it the way the manual says. So for me, I just find that person to be kind of odd, saying, oh, no, dog, don't get the Honda, get a Toyota Corolla. I'm like, the Corolla is a boring ass car, but it will last you forever. The Honda Civic is a more sportier option, and they come in so many things: 6-speed manual, hatchbacks, 4-door sedans, 5 doors, everything you want they have. But as always, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.